What's up, guys? This is Between the Pylons, and today we are doing the rookie watch video for Bucky Irving, the 125th pick in the 4th round by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out of Oregon. Bucky Irving is looking like one of the steals of the draft. We're going to look at a little bit of what he's done really well in the NFL, but before we get to that, I do want to just talk about what he's on pace for and what he's done so far in his rookie campaign. According to Scout D NFL, he is on pace for 836 rushing yards, 5.1 yards per carry, 7 touchdowns, and then another 319 receiving yards on 44 receptions. Look, it looks like the Bucs are committed to a running back by committee approach this season, and maybe next season Irving just earns the total starting job, even though I don't really foresee that happening with White in the building, but we'll see. That's a problem for another day. Regardless of all that, though, Bucky Irving has earned the starting running back position for the Bucs. Even though the Bucs maybe don't admit it and they still give Rachaad White the majority of the snaps, Bucky Irving is earning the majority of the workload. And let me show you what I mean. We're going to start here with just the total stats at this point in the season. I'm recording this right before the Week 11 bye for the Buccaneers. You look at the attempts, obviously Bucky Irving is winning. Now, Rachaad White has had some injury issues and has missed a game or two, so that does need to be factored in. But obviously, just from a production standpoint, we see 5.1 average. And yes, Sean Tucker is blowing that out of the water, but that's off of a couple big plays and not really indicative. We see obviously way more attempts and more consistency in that average yards per carry. And listen, all across the board, juke rate, evaded tackle rate, across the board, we are seeing that he is the best running back on this team. That's really not a debate at this point. Just statistically speaking, he is the best player on that team from the running back position. And this is really where it's changed. And we're just going to go through week 6, and I'm going to show you guys the snap count and how he has kind of slowly taken over the starting job in the offense here. And first of all, Rachaad White was hurt in week 6, and this is the first chance that Bucky Irving gets to officially start a game, and he plays pretty well, gets the majority of the snaps. Sean Tucker gets in there, and then this is week 7. And yes, Rachaad White in week 7 gets the snaps, gets pretty much even split with the rush share. I mean, this is right down the middle. Bucky Irving famously outperformed Rachaad White by a pretty large margin. Moving on to week 8 here, Rachaad White is going to keep earning more snaps for whatever reason. But again, this is kind of where you see the Bucky Irving really start to pull away with the rush share. He starts to get a majority of the rushing share, and then the target share is pretty even. Buccaneers throw it to the running backs a whole lot in the scheme. Rachaad White is a great pass-catching running back, and I think he'll have that role no matter where he is for a long time in the NFL. But Bucky Irving, again, this is the point in week 8 where he really starts to pull away from a rushing share standpoint. And then if we move on to week 9, we're going to see, again, just another example of him not getting the snaps, but absolutely dominating from a rush share standpoint. That's kind of where we're at. And then in week 10 of the most recent week that the Bucs have played as of recording this video, we'll see the snaps are starting to even out a little bit, but again, same kind of story and same kind of story. Bucky Irving is dominating the rushing attempts, and Rachaad White in this particular game is dominating the target share, which I think is kind of what we're going to see moving forward, right? Rachaad White is still a good player. This is not an anti-Rachaad White video by any means. This is just a pro Bucky Irving video. And the goal for all of that was just to show that he has systematically gained more and more of the trust from the Buccaneers. And while he's not getting the majority of the snaps, I assume, and I don't know this, but I assume that is because of a pass protection situation. I assume that they trust Rachaad White and pass pro more than they do Bucky Irving, which at this point in his career, totally understandable. Not a single issue with that from my perspective. But with that being said, let's show what Bucky Irving has been really good with, and that is ball in his hand ability. He has absolutely dominated. And real quick, usually in these videos, I'll show the good and the bad and kind of balance the two. I don't really have any bad. I mean, you can blame Bucky Irving for some runs here and there, but like I went through and I watched 2 full games of Bucky Irving film looking for, okay, where's an example of bad vision? Where's an example of, oh, he could have done more here? I didn't find one. Now, is he like the greatest running back in the NFL? Obviously not. He's not Saquon Barkley. He's not Bijan Robinson. He's not Gibbs. I mean, he's not in that class of running back. I don't think he ever will, just from a physicality and athleticism standpoint. That's just not who he is. It's not who he has to be. I just named 3 first-round picks that were taken really high in the draft because they had generational level skills. But he is in that level right under those guys. He is an incredible athlete and an incredible football player. And let's just enjoy some film here. Start off with a run against the Falcons here, and just incredible lateral quickness, incredible explosiveness through the hole. We'll show this one more time just because, I mean, see hole. Gotta love the vision, by the way. Just find a hole, explode through it, make a guy miss, make another guy miss, and then, I mean, turn what a lot of guys would have made a 4 or 5 yard run into 15 yards. This right here is probably one of his best plays in his career at this point. Stiff arm, jump cut, just get a block from your quarterback, kind of. I mean, again, a 7-8 yard run, he turns into a absolutely huge play. No, really, he's contacted at a 3 yard run. A lot of guys go down here for 4 or 5 yards, and it would be considered a successful play by the analytics standpoint if he goes down right here. But no, stiff arm this dude, make this guy miss, and then just make everybody chase you. Love it. That's one of his best plays. This right here is just going to be an example of him in space, fake the run, little screen action, and then just get upfield. Got a couple clips here against the Ravens that I'm just going to play here for you guys. Great vision, great explosion through the hole. Gotta love stuff like this. Just, again, going to go one after another pass-catching rep where, I mean, he does such a good job. Man, his ability to just flip the field, I mean, that's incredible. But what I wanted to show for this one was, I'm going to go back to it, pretty much the exact same type of play. This is just a planned screen, essentially. You can see the tight end was waiting for, it's K-Dot in here, waiting for the pass to go out to the running back so he can block, and then he doesn't block anybody. But look at what, oh, we're a play behind, sorry. But look at his ability to catch the ball, catches with the body a little bit, don't love that, but just immediately turn upfield and make magic happen. Another pass catching rep, make a guy miss in space, almost made a second guy miss in space. Really, really just special stuff from Bucky Irving. I mean, I have nothing else to say. That's all I got. I mean, this is a really, really good player. I think he is going to earn the feature back role. I think he is going to develop into an every down type of guy. Maybe not next year, just because I don't think the Bucs are ever going to completely disregard Rachaad White. I think Rachaad White is a really good pass catching running back. So from a fantasy aspect, yeah, he's not gonna be an every down guy, but gets the workload out of the backfield from a pass catching perspective, is great in the run game. I mean, the absolute total package is Bucky Irving, and yeah, I think fantasy managers that do own him are going to be really, really excited. I'm going to avoid getting too in the weeds on fantasy talk because I could easily talk about that for another 10 minutes on this video, but I won't do that to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're a fan of Bucky Irving, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel because it really helps a small channel like me. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.